Destination Football, Ford Football Special.
Brilliant on their day last season, Arsene Wenger's Arsenal were pipped to the title by Manchester United. They want to go one better this season.
Absolutely magnificent!
The more you see of this team, the more impressed I become.
Inspiration for Arsenal.
The good news for the Gunners was that Campbell was fit. The bad news for Borough was that Mendieta and Mills were not eligible. Well, Arsenal's record at the Riverside was almost immaculate going into this one, and they felt they had a point to prove after a difficult start to the season off the pitch. Middlesbrough wanted to bounce back after defeat at Fulham last week and get their season going in front of their own fans. Let's get straight to the action now. Your commentators are Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Let's look at the Middlesbrough team, and they have the makings of a strong squad this season, but they have had to make do and mend today. As you've heard, no Mendieta, formalities not yet completed. The same applies with Danny Mills' loan move from Leeds. Not fit, Echiog, Greening, Job, Marinelli, Macaroni and Ricketts, and Kudru is suspended. So Colin Cooper and Zillard Nemeth come into the starting 11. Alan Wright, who has arrived from Aston Villa, keeps his place, and there are two teenagers on the bench in Stuart Downing and Andrew Davis. No problems though for Arsenal. They keep the same 11 that started the win over Everton last weekend. So Sol Campbell, who damaged a shoulder before being sent off, has been past fit. Jens Lehmann and Freddie Ljungberg have also made light of minor injuries. There is one alteration on the bench though. Francis Jeffers starts the suspension. Remember, he got that red card in the Community Shield. Edu takes his place, making it 4 Brazilians on today's team sheets. Middlesbrough all in red. Today went down last weekend disappointingly in an away game. That's a bit of a trait for them that they want to change. They lost at Fulham, and a missed penalty from Christie didn't help. One of the early season colours, grass crisply green, sharpened by the sunlight, and here's Juninho settling for a throw. Boateng. Put it in, and it's bounced back Nemeth's way.
A little bit of luck, first of all, but how sharp was Nemeth to react to this? He's literally dropped this off to Christie and it doesn't get there. Full match to Campbell. He does enough, Martin, I think, just to put him off slightly. He puts Nemeth under enough pressure to make the shot a difficult one. Angle against him. I think he should hit the target, though.
Campbell. Does, but not to a teammate.
Well, that's the kind of ball they do like to play, and that threaded one through the middle, and that's where Middlesbrough have really got to keep it tight. If they're going to allow Arsenal the ball in space, then allow it wide.
It's good pressing by Arsenal. Vieira in particular, but he wasn't alone. Towering header by Campbell. Vieira. Can Ljungberg take it on? First touch just widened it a little bit. Oh, it's pushed out, and it must be a goal for Henry. Arsenal, what have they taken? Less than 5 minutes. And Henry, who particularly has a liking for playing in this stadium, scores at Middlesbrough again.
Well, we spent yesterday enthusing about Roy Keane, the captain, and his creation of goals, but what a part Vieira has in this one. I know Ljungberg is a shot, but just watch this for a threaded pass here. Control and pass, that is absolutely top draw, Martin. Kids are watching. Why do you tell players to cross the goalkeeper? Here's the example. Schwarzer makes a really good save, but Henry's so quick and he's predatory. He knows that there might just be a chance. Ricketts not going to keep up with him. It's a simple tap in for the Frenchman, and Arsenal are off and running again.
Wiltor, as Middlesbrough try and put all those different departments together out on the pitch. Boateng in midfield thought he was fouled. Gallagher didn't. And Wiltor winds up for the shot, and it needs a diving save from Mark Schwarzer. There is a goalkeeping coach here as well. Paul Barron, yes.
And he's worked him there earlier. I was watching him earlier, and he's needed to be ready right from the off. They just back away from Wiltord. No one really goes quick enough, Martin. You see Colin Cooper just stood, invited the shot. Maybe confident that his keeper can deal with it from that range. And he was at full stretch.
Arsenal looking for a second. And it's Ljungberg. It was not an easy height at which to strike the ball.
Secret is not thrashing at it here. Because it's awkward, because it's bouncing. Be controlled with it. That's what he is, just waits for it. Swings it nicely, and you can see the power's all there because the timing was good.
Southgate.
Well, that's how dominant they've been in the opening 13 minutes, is that Jens Lehmann basically just hanging around watching like you and I.
Cole. Now Pires. Ljungberg darting into the centre from the right-hand side. He's come all the way across and left some space here. And what about that from Gilberto? And what about that from Arsenal? This is exhibition stuff.
Well, the top two have started irresistibly this season. This is fantastic football. I warned you about the left-hand side. I thought it was a massive gamble of Steve McLaren just to leave Parnaby basically on his own, and they get ripped apart here, Matt. Look at this. He's got no cover. Riggett's inside, and he just takes his time, and look at this for approach play. Great build-up. Doesn't panic. I'll have a little look. Is anybody on? I'll just chip it over 5 defenders. Little shinny maybe, but the build-up was great. The finish emphatic. Irresistible from Arsenal at the moment.
Gilberto. Ljungberg crosses a deflection on it, and Southgate has to divert it away for a corner.
Wiltord was arriving. Look at that, Lauren's in there looking for a header from across.
What do those two make of all this?
Well, he's probably sitting there thinking, Mendieta, I'm glad the Italians were a bit slow with my clearance. And Danny Mills thinking, well, same old story with Arsenal, playing well.
Probably also thinking we'll get into the Middlesbrough team. Campbell! Oh, goodness me. The firmest of headers.
Well, he's disappointed because he knows he should score. It's a brilliant claim from the centre-back. Look when he starts his run and just aims for the ball, and look at that for a towering header.
Just got a little close to Christie, Janino.
There's space for Henry.
And Pires's pass. Wiltord striding into the centre. Henry looks for Wiltord, 3-0. Within seconds of Middlesbrough looking menacing on the edge of the other penalty area, Arsenal have sprinted away, and they are sprinting away with this game.
What a goal. What a goal. Where did he see him? How did he play that pass? He looks like he's got nowhere to go, Henry. I mean, this is danger. High up the pitch. Henry with grass to run into. Watch him thread this pass to Wiltord. How'd you get it through? That is just quality. Unbelievable quality. Look at that. Have a tap in, son. 20 minutes. Middlesbrough 3 down, and the game's as good as gone.
Into Christie's feet. Torre in there very powerfully and fairly, despite the protest from the Middlesbrough supporters. There's no flag. Henry in against Schwarzer. It was a rather tepid finish, as if Arsenal just slightly switched off, being 3-0 up, and that ruthless edge. Middlesbrough will be relieved about it, but not quite as devastating as it was in the opening half an hour.
No. Weaker left side, and it showed, didn't it?
I noticed just before that, Andy Henry was almost doubled up, trying to get some air back in his lungs, and even now he's every player is fully match sharp this early in the season, and we shouldn't forget Henry was late back from international duty, and of course has played for France also this week.
Yeah, you probably find his recovery is pretty fantastic, Martin. He plays like that, you know, he's got such blistering pace.
Oh, Nemeth! Out comes Lehmann and does his job very well indeed. Stillard Nemeth at 0-0 and now at 3-0 down has spread up to the Arsenal goal but not found the net.
A quick free kick, and they get caught a little here. And it's a lovely little ball through to him again. They're a little bit sloppy, might have been offside, but it just got away from him, Martin.
Here is Nemeth. Juninho. Will it reach him? It might just do. And maybe it should have done. And maybe he should have reached it.
I just wonder if Sol Campbell just did a brilliant job of edging him out.
Now Toure. Perez. Getting the better of Christie. One from Cole. That one is Henry. Shots on. Schwarzer was certainly worried.
It was a little late, I thought. I don't know whether he saw this. A little late. Certainly can pass one or two players, but this must be very, very close to being number 4. Just seemed to react late, didn't he, the goalkeeper?
It's a good idea because Christie just drifted away from his markers, but had drifted into an offside position, but not by very much. Cole. Wiltor.
Change of play here coming up, I guess.
The weight on that pass from Vieira. It was a harder ball to get it into Wiltor's stride. Henry! Well, you thought that Schwarzer would be stranded if it had been on target.
Well, it would have been. Easily have had a hat-trick this half, Thierry Henry. He just starts to show an interest now when he gets it and makes a lovely run across Riggett. And if he is on target, man, I don't think Schwarzer...
3-0 accurately reflects the first half. Arsene Wenger, who's had plenty to say about things going against his team, but Arsenal have a 3-0 lead at the break. All connected with Arsenal are happy at the moment. They start the second half at the Riverside, leading by 3 goals to 0. And if anything, that scoreline understates their superiority. Ljungberg. Juninho, and Nemeth's made a shrewd run. He's very capable of doing that. And he tricked Toure, but Lehmann was almost out there in anticipation before the ball left Nemeth's foot, and the clash. Now the medical men are on at pace.
That's the first thing that Middlesbrough won today, and that was the race for the physios to get out to the players first. That's what the cheer was for. But they come in behind the goalkeeper here and just completely run into each other. And they're both up, a little groggy looking, both of them.
Just got the calibre, Arsenal, to flick a switch and go back to that first half flair and effectiveness. It's through to Freddie Ljungberg. Is he going to go for goal himself, or is he put it on a plate for Sylvain Wiltor? They have flicked the switch, and it's Middlesbrough 0, Arsenal 4.
Well, Sol Campbell's getting all the congratulations on the halfway line. He's ready to pass through, and only he knows if he spotted Ljungberg. Certainly the thumbs up suggests he did, or whether he was looking for someone else. But I tell you what, look at this for a ball. Steps forward, and then it's threaded. It's borderline offside. And then he just, not greedy. There you go, pal, have another goal. Could have taken the shot on himself, Freddie. Would have been entitled to, Martin, from the range he's at there. But good players realise when teammates are in good positions. But the ball from Campbell made it. That's what opened up Middlesbrough.
And Nemeth. I think the referee had turned away, and Nemeth had maybe knocked the ball out of his own reach, as he in turn seemed to be knocked to the ground.
Well, this is a turn here. He just got to ground rather easily here.
The ball's gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, he knows it's gone and he just collapsed.
Juninho came out the other side of Gilberto with the ball. Christie.
It's a poor ball.
Nemeth comes back to Nemeth again and never in the end quite to Juninho.
Well, Christie gave Nemeth a poor ball mark, about a yard behind him at the edge of the area, and he really had to stretch and get it back in and have it under any sort of control.
Here comes Plan B with a bit more attacking emphasis. Juninho. That's a fine stop by Lehmann. There was a slip by an Arsenal player in front of Juninho, which gave him a bit more time to set the sights.
Yeah, this is what they play. Little nutmegs there, and then another one coming up. And he just used the falling defender to bend the ball past him. First real test for the goalkeeper, he was up to it.
Middlesbrough have a corner. Cooper trying to flick it on at the near post. Back with Juninho again. Now, Dariba! Downing making a run into the middle. It's Boateng on the ball. He's found Stuart Downing. And he puts it to Christie. Just lacked conviction, really, Malcolm Christie.
He's got to hit that mark, and I don't think he needs a touch.
And on the run, it's Ray Parlour. Squeezing it out to Henry. Bergkamp's gone sprinting into the centre. And he's missed him out by some distance. Here's Downing. And Lehmann again, he does anticipate those crosses, gets out very early. Now I'm sure Premiership scouts up and down the land might just have noticed that. What they will have noticed here is the emphatic nature of an Arsenal performance. We've seen it plenty of times from them before. They have a liking for the Riverside, a fourth win in a row here, and they've done it by 4 goals to 0.